Dave asks a simple question. When and why did you begin training with kettlebells? First time I saw kettlebells in a book called Track and Field Omni book in 1971. And then when the Soviets came out to compete in the USA-USSR track meet, I saw their throwers at CSM throwing these bizarre little weights with handles on them. And that's the first time I ever saw them. So I think that's 78, the summer of 78. Yeah, I'm almost certain it's summer of 78 because the reason I don't remember it as well as I was still dealing with that concussion. I saw kettlebells being used by the Soviets throughout my whole career. And it wasn't until, I guess, the rebirth of the kettlebell with the RKC and all that. And, the first kettlebell I ever touched was at the Superweights National Superweights Championship. It's the first time I ever touched one, and it was just such a poorly run event. We were supposed to be done by noon. I still had 4 events to go. 5-event day. I still had 4 events to go at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a poorly run event. And one of the guys I'd met online showed up and he said, because it was raining on the whole time. God, it was miserable. Seattle, rain, cold, miserable. Supposed to throw at 9. Hadn't yet done my first throw at 2 o'clock. And he went into his vehicle and pulled out this kettlebell and he showed me how to swing. And I thought, about 10 seconds into swings, I'm like, sweating and I'm heating up. And it's like, okay, this makes sense. And then I had another buddy, I was getting ready for a track meet down at University of California, San Diego. It had been 2004, I think. And he showed me how to kettlebell snatch. And then I went and spoke at a kettlebell convention. And I won, they had these little contests, and I won a 28 kilo bell, which became my first and only bell for a long, long time. And that's how I trained up in 2008 for the kettlebell cert. All I have is a 28. So I did the snatch test with a 28 with an oven glove on, which kind of made me think that I got a good chance of passing this with a 24. So it just slowly became part of my life. When Gill Athletics offered me this chance to buy 113 kettlebells, I think it was, I don't want to tell you the number because I don't want to make phone calls, for a really cheap amount of money. That's when we went to a lot more kettlebells in my strength coaching with my teams and my sports. So we became very barbell, kettlebelly. And when I moved to California, all I had was my 28 kilo bell again. And so I started from scratch again. So that's, it's been floating around my life for about 50 years. And I certainly know the advantages of kettlebells, and I certainly know the advantages of barbells, and I know the advantages of suspension trainers and everything else. And that's one of the things I try to do in my head, Dave, is keep that stuff straight. The right tool for the right job. And kettlebells fill that niche. So thank you. Good question.